Hello, this is Reverend Don Lewis coming to you from beautiful Florida. And today our question comes to us from AfterFove. And if you are a regular follower of the vlog, you will know that AfterFove is known for having very interesting and unusual questions. And today is not an exception. AfterFove today brings us this question. AfterFove has seen the controversial video by the YouTube personality Logan Paul that deals with Japan's famous suicide forest, wherein the aforementioned Logan actually comes across a person who has committed suicide, and that this video has caused a great controversy because people are very upset that he went ahead and aired it anyway, and upset also with how he acted when this occurred. And AfterFove has this to say about it. He feels that the outrage that people have expressed is not necessarily because of the reasons they have stated. People have said they're very upset because they believe that this Logan person acted disrespectfully, acted badly, should not have aired the video, etc. AfterFove suggests that the real problem might be that what he did was take a situation that is usually ignored, romanticized, or even fetishized, and made it all too suddenly real for them. And he would like my take on this. And the first thing I would say is I'm not really familiar with Logan Paul. For people of my generation, Logan was a Sandman. And I have not seen this video, though I have read about it. And in terms of what AfterFove has suggested, bearing in mind that I've not seen it and not paid a great deal of attention to it, I wouldn't be entirely surprised if this is not at least part of the problem. Because modern people tend to try to pretend that death does not exist, that it's some kind of strange pathology, that it's not a part of life, and they keep it as far from themselves as they can. And if they deal with it, it is in very romanticized or fetishized ways, and usually not in very realistic ones. And for a lot of people, they have never really encountered death, certainly not at an early age. Now, there are certainly exceptions to this, and this is not true for everyone, but in terms of modern culture in general, I think it's fairly fair to say. And when they do encounter actual death, they tend to react very badly because they're very afraid of it. And they're afraid of it, of course, because in part it's been kept away from them, and also because of some of the doctrines that they've been raised with, the Christian idea of heaven and hell, for example, and also the humanist idea of personal extinction. Both of these are things that would make you very afraid of death. So, do I agree with AfterFove that at least part of the outrage over this video is not really because of the video in terms of how the narrator has acted or the fact that he aired it, but the fact that it brings people face to face with actual death? Well, yes, I think it probably is true. I don't necessarily think that's the only thing, but I think it's certainly a component. And to me, one of the best things about the Wiccan religion is that we do not have this attitude toward death. We are able to embrace death as a natural part of a cycle of incarnation. And one of the reasons we can do this is not faith, but experience, at least, if we have gone through to high priesthood and have worked with spirits, have worked with oracles, have worked with world walking, etc., then we have experiences that tell us that yes, the soul does go on. We have direct personal experience of it, and not merely faith in a doctrine. And I find that that is extremely important, certainly to my understanding of Correllian Wicca, and I would hope to other forms of Wicca as well. And I think it's one of the main things that we have to offer to the world. I think it must be terrible to go through life constantly afraid of its eventual end, and I think that the way that we treat our elderly has a lot to do with this, and overall is rather shameful. And I hope that in the future, people's end-of-life experiences in general will be better, because people will be more accepting of the end of life as a natural part of life. And also of the knowledge that the soul in fact does go on, and not to a bad place. So those are my thoughts on the subject. Hope you find them helpful, and until next time, may you blessed be.